welcome to Global Influencers Hub. Here we talk about the life journeys of social media influencers. So let's talk about the username, Traveling Muser. Tell us more about it.
Yeah, so basically, this goes back to 2007 when I started journaling, and that's where the musa comes in because I still journal till date. And travel is because my content is around traveling, and is while I'm traveling, I get a lot of thoughts and lot of musings which I want to pen it down. So I just thought that this username is apt for me. So yeah, that's how it goes.
Wonderful. When was the first time that you thought that, travel is your calling?
So this happened during COVID, during the second wave when I had lost my job, and it was like almost 5 months, and I was giving a lot of interviews. I was like really stressed, anxious, and I just thought of taking a trip. And that time I was staying in Delhi, so I went to Rajasthan and Uttarakhand. And while traveling, it made me realize that my problems are very little, first of all, and also give me a sense of fulfillment is what I'll say. And I just that was a realization where I felt like, okay, I want to travel, I want to keep traveling a big part of my life, no matter where I am, what I'm doing, but traveling is something I just want to keep doing.
This is where you find yourself as well as I think, fulfillment.
Yeah,
That's what we
yeah,
always
yes,
look for.
yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. True, true, true. Now, as a traveler, do you usually like plan it down to the last minute or you just
um
go with the flow? Are you a
so
planner or a
I think
traveler?
I'm both because it totally depends. Like there have been trips which I've planned for like 2-3 months prior to the journey, and everything is planned out, the stays, the itinerary, and everything. But there are also trips which just happens like all of a sudden, like one night before, in the morning. Also, me and my husband we decide that okay, let's go here. So it's like as we
So
go
you have
into the
both, a
flow.
little bit
Yeah.
of both, basically. Now, is there
Yeah.
something that you enjoy more? Like, which one would you enjoy more?
I think
Yeah,
impromptu trips, yeah,
because
because
that's something you didn't plan for, and all of a sudden
exactly, yeah,
that just
everything is like
happened.
unexpected, yeah. So I think that is more enjoyable and adventurous.
Right. So, where did you grow up? And,
I
how has your childhood shaped your love for travel?
Yeah, so I was born in Chennai, and my dad has had a transferable job. So we have constantly kept shifting cities. So I was in at the major part of my life was in Bangalore, where I did my schooling and everything. And my since my dad used to love a lot of traveling, like he was, I think the traveling part has come to me through him. So we used to take trips like every year, especially during my parents' anniversary. It was for sure that we are going to have a trip. So it would be Kashmir, Andaman, or Shimla, Northeast. So I think the most part of India I've seen it with my dad. Yeah.
Yeah, wonderful, wonderful. Any fondest memories that stick out from your hometowns? Rather, it's not hometown. It's not a view for you. It has to be one place. So,
Uh-huh.
any like really like some memories that you'd like to talk about?
Yeah, so there's no one such memory, but I think as a family, we used to love celebrating birthdays. So we used to have this, family moment of 2-3 hours where, like, we used to plan like treasure hunt, rapid fire rounds, quizzes. So those kind of things we used to plan whoever's birthday it is to make that person special. And I think that's one thing which I miss the most now since I'm not staying with my family anymore. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. Of course, we all play that, and the
Yeah.
birthdays are always special. I still like make a big deal about my birthday.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Now, who has been the biggest influence in your life? And I mean, why?
It's my father. Of course, because
Thought
of
so.
the travel and everything, but mostly because he never binded himself into one bucket, and that's what he taught us as well. I think that is pretty inspiring. Yeah.
They're just letting you be, basically, like, just,
Yes.
making sure that you can go with your calling, which is a
Yeah,
very
and
important thing.
you can
Absolutely.
do, yeah, and you can be and you can do multiple things. Like you
Yeah.
don't have to bind yourself into a bucket that okay, I am this, so I'm supposed to do this only. Like you can do XYZ as well. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
one thing I learned it from my dad.
Wonderful. Excellent. Excellent. Do you want to like expand a little more on about that?
Yes. So, like for having multiple professions. So I have a 9 to 5 job right now. I'm also like a content creator, and I'm also planning to start my own small business. So I think this is something which I learned it from my father, because he has like always. So he was a government officer, and after certain time he resigned, and then he started to study law, and he would also write articles. So it was pretty inspiring from me back then that, oh my god, you can do all of these things, like you don't have to do just one thing. So
Just
that,
one thing. Yeah, yeah,
yes.
yeah. Very cool. Of course, of course. No, we are actually, a lot of people think that not everyone is a multitasker, but I
Yeah.
think we are. We all
Yes.
are.
Yes.
And I think if we just focus on the multitasking
Yeah.
part,
And you
then
can
I think,
dream. Yes, like you
right.
don't have to, bucket yourself that okay, now you are into a job, so you cannot dream to become a travel influencer. Or you can, or if you're a travel influencer, you cannot dream to become a small business owner. Like it's you don't have to put yourself into that
No,
sort
no,
of
of course,
bucket.
of course,
Yeah.
of course. No, zindagi na milegi dobara.
Yeah.
So, I
Correct.
mean, you might as well just like make use of your life to the fullest.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
YOLO.
absolutely. Absolutely, I love that. Now, if you could talk to your younger self,
Hmm.
what advice would you give about, following your passion? What is
Mhm.
the
I think this is one advice I keep giving my younger sisters also. That is what I'll give my younger self as well. It's going to be to always believe in yourself.
absolutely,
Like, no matter what happens, just don't let that belief go, no matter what people tell, but always keep the belief, yeah, in yourself.
absolutely, and I think that matters the most.
Yes,
That's
yes.
really in the long run. That's really everything that
Yeah.
matters. Now, tell us about your education journey. Like, where did you study?
Mm.
Is it related to travel or not related to travel?
It's not related to travel influencing. So I did my schooling in multiple cities, then I did my btech from Kolkata, then I did my MBA from Bhubaneswar, and then I got a job, I got placed. But like I mentioned, it was during COVID when I lost my job, and I was also a fresher, so I started to travel. And the traveling page came way, like after, like it came almost last year beginning, when I realized that okay, I used to post stuff, I used to post edits, and during that time, like we used to have, these trending audios, and on the beats the clips will change. So I used to do that as a hobby, but it was last year I realized that I like doing it, and maybe I would, want to take it a notch up. So yeah, it just
So,
happened
so
like.
in essence, I would say travel influencing was really your plan B.
Yeah, it was never a plan, in fact. Like I used to watch all these travel influencers, Tanya Khanija, Ankit Bhatia, and I used to be like,
Yeah,
okay, nice, but I never thought it for myself. And so yeah, I think it just happened, like maybe somewhere in my mind I manifested it, I don't know.
exactly, exactly. Of course you did. Of course you did. Now, who's your favorite travel influencer?
Right now it's Ankit Bhatia.
Okay. So, if you had to think about a collaboration with an influencer,
uh,
who would that be? Ankit Bhatia?
yes, yes, for sure. I love
Wonderful.
his content, like the way his storytelling is, the way he showcases the place, and the way he connects with the audience. I think it's incredible. Like I feel like I don't think there's any other influencer doing that kind of work right now.
Actually, right, 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 right. Wonderful. So, what is the quirkiest place that you've stayed in during your travels?
Mm, um, okay, so we traveled to Panchgani, and there was this hotel in which every room had a different theme. So
Oh,
there was a penguin themed room where everything was penguin. All you could see was penguins. There was
okay.
a forest themed room. There was also a red room. So it was pretty quirky. Like yeah, I have
It
not
is,
stayed in
yeah,
that kind of a hotel.
That's an interesting hotel itself, I would say.
Yes, yes, yes.
Great, great, wonderful. Now, one travel trend that you think you love, and one travel trend that you think that's overrated.
Mm. Okay, so the trend which I think I love is slow traveling. I love to slow travel, even like if we are on bike trips and we are, crossing states. We take a halt for a day or two and explore the culture of the state, and not just that, okay, we need to reach the goal and we should be there in 3 to 4 days. We don't have that in mind. So, slow traveling is something I love. And one thing which I think is overrated, I think Instagrammable spots which
Mm,
people, they have made it a thing like the Bali swing or
mm.
those kind of places. Like if you go there, you won't really feel that sort of a connect, which maybe you would have seen it on Instagram because everything is color graded. And but when you reach there, there's so much of crowd and it's
It's
just
very,
not as
very
good as
plain,
it seems.
rather.
Yes,
Right, right. So basically, I would say that do your research before going to Instagrammable
yes.
places,
Yes, yes,
right?
absolutely. So this
Yeah.
year I was planning for Turkey, and there was this place which is known as Pamukkale, which looks extremely like out of the world. But when I also went and saw the reality videos, which was like a total turn off. So I just, yeah, I
That's a good, good,
decided
good
not to.
lesson and a good message as well. So I
Yeah,
think people need to do their research and all of that
absolutely.
before actually planning their travel. Good, good, good,
Yes,
good
yes,
point. Good point
absolutely.
for sure. Now, what's something about your personality from childhood that you think that still shines on?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think that is something my parents will be able to answer better. But I think I don't know, maybe it is like a lot of people come and tell me that I'm sweet, and even as a kid people used to come and tell me you're very sweet. I think that is one thing which has stayed with me even so far. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. That's true. Like, for example, I used to be a very curious kid. Like,
Uh-huh.
I used to ask a lot of questions even as a kid. So I think
uh,
still now, for example, that has stayed on, that I've always, queried that, okay, why is this
right.
happening? So that a trait that
Yeah.
stays on. But I mean, absolutely, you are absolutely a very sweet person. Though we have only interacted, few minutes, but yes.
Yeah.
What's that one childhood hobby or interest
Mhm.
that you have rediscovered through your travels?
So in fact, I should not be saying this, but I think I've lost a couple of hobbies because life got really, tough. And like I used to paint, I used to glass paint, I used to do a lot of crafts. So those things I'm not doing. But one hobby I think which has got refueled with my traveling is journaling. I think that has stayed with me, and wherever I go, I carry my journal with me. So whenever I get time, especially at the airports, in the flights, I just like to journal whatever happened or any thoughts if I have. Yeah.
Nice, very good. Now this is a little philosophical. So, for example, if your younger self could see you now, would you think they'd say?
um, I think they would say yeah, you made it. I think that's what they would say. It's not related to what I'm doing as a travel influencer, but more of a personal life. I think I have the most supportive partner and family, and I always wanted this sort of an environment for me where I can be myself, do my things, and have a supportive companionship. So I think, yeah, this is what I always wanted for myself, and yeah, I got it. So
You have it. Wonderful. Maybe absolutely you've manifested that as well. Oh, I think. Yes, yes, great, wonderful. So happy for you. So, what's the wildest story you've collected during your adventures?
okay, yeah. So it happened very recently. We were exploring Maharashtra, and we were riding, and basically we took a wrong turn, and we realized it. We started to see the red flags, but we just felt like, okay, let's go ahead and see, what's there. And we kept going. So there was this mountain we crossed, and then there were streams and everything. Until then, everything was cool and chill. But as we moved forward, it got a bit like, dangerous. We also fell. So the bike alignment also got a bit altered, but we were fine. We were we were like fully geared. And then there was no way ahead, and we just stopped and we were like, okay, now we really need to think of how to go back or how to find a way back. And that's when we saw a local, and there was no one else over there. There was this lady who was just washing her buffaloes, like bathing them. So we just went up to her, and in sign language we tried to explain her that where is the way, where is the NH. So finally we got out of that place. So it was super adventurous, and it was a bit dangerous as well. I won't recommend this to everyone, but yeah.
Good. Now, it seems like a very interesting, it could have been a travel mishap as well, but it didn't really, I mean, it turned out to be a story that you can share. Now,
Yeah.
is there a travel that, that you would call a travel mishap that happened, that became a travel mishap, but it also has become a cherished memory of yours?
This particular, yeah, I mean, it could have been a huge mishap, but I don't think there's any other mishaps which has happened so far.
Okay, good, good. So, what's been the most unexpected cultural experience that stayed with you?
Okay, this also happened very recently. We were in Georgia, and in Georgia, people usually speak Georgian language, and they have the Georgian culture. So we went to this place which is known as Kazbegi. It is at the
Georgia,
Caucasus
where?
Range.
Where in Georgia?
Kazbegi. Kazbegi.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a mountain place in Georgia. So we went there, and suddenly there was this huge cultural shift which we did not realize. So we were still using a Google translator where we were translating English to Georgian, but over there it was like total Russian settlement, and people were speaking Russia, and Russians are, I would say, more sweeter. So we were like taken aback. Okay, and the moment we like met them, they were like, "Oh, Indians are so sweet. Indians are so beautiful." So it was like a shocker for us. So it was like, okay, what's happening? And then we realized, okay, this is almost like Russia. Like it was at the Russia border, so that can be like expected.
Oh wow, that's exciting. So, how
Yes.
long did you guys stay there for?
In Kazbegi, we were there for like 2 to 3 days. Overall, in Georgia, it was like a 10-day trip. Yeah.
Oh, good. And it was like enough for exploration and all that.
Yes, yes. So, of course, I mean, you can stay longer and explore more cities, but the three major cities over there is Tbilisi, Kazbegi, and Batumi. So, all these three cities like provide different sort of nature to you. Like Kazbegi is more mountains, and
Hmm.
Tbilisi is like city, old town sort of a vibe. And Batumi is like beach and casino and party sort of a place. So yes, it was like a perfect blend.
Oh, good, good, excellent. Now, if you could, given that you've traveled to so many places, if you could live anywhere, wherever you've traveled to, which place would that be?
Actually, wherever I go, I feel like I wish I could live here. But if there's one place I want to pick, I think it's going to be Goa. Like
Goa.
every time I mean, me and my husband, like every year, it's like our trend wherein we have to go to Goa every year, and we love that place so much, and we also speak to each other that maybe we should shift, someday. So yeah, I don't
It's
know.
that
I hope
it's
that
that
happens
Goa
soon.
vibe, basically. The
Sorry.
Goa vibe. It's that
Yeah.
Goa
Yes.
vibe. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, the beach vibe, the Goa vibe. Wonderful.
Yeah.
So mainly because you like beaches, or
I am more of a mountain person, but yeah,
okay.
like you mentioned, it's the Goa vibe. It's the culture, the
Mhm.
people, and like you
The
just feel
fun
like
aspect of
belonged.
the culture. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Now, you've been traveling for a while. Like, how do you think it has shaped your perspective on life and relationships?
Um. So every travel adventure of mine like gives me a new perspective of life and
Hmm.
relationships as well.
Hmm.
And in my case, like my and my husband's relationship has evolved so much due to the trips we take. It, in fact, while we were dating, we had our first road trip like 1 month into dating, and we went to this small, for a small day trip sort of a thing, to Yelagiri. So I think, yeah, traveling plays a huge role in, or in my relationship, yeah, for sure.
Very cool, very cool, very cool. Any other perspective of life that you think that, there are certain things that you think that has added a lot of value to your life? Like the perspective of, that maybe you've become more patient. I'm just saying, or maybe something that, a perspective that has changed, maybe that, with travel, this is something like, for example, me, I used to be quite impatient. I used to want certain things like immediately, but then I think, over certain things, being in business
Yeah,
and all that,
I
I've learned
think
to be patient.
yes, I get your question. I think while traveling, it always fills me with a lot of gratitude. So every time I'm back from a trip, like I just feel so grateful, and that stays with me, and it just makes me realize that life is so beautiful. Because back in the city, you are working, you're juggling between things. I don't think you get the time to even sit and think about your life, about the good things happening with you. um,
Absolutely,
and
absolutely.
traveling gives you that sort of a space, and you're in this
Same.
beautiful place, so obviously
Right,
all the good
right.
positive vibes goes in, so it fills me with gratitude.
Absolutely. That is very true. Yeah. So gratitude, absolutely. Wonderful. Now, what is that one thing that people assume about travel influencers that you think is untrue?
It has to be that like people feel like we have the perfect life, like, oh, travel influencer, like you are
They're
enjoying your
having
life,
so
you
much
have the perfect
fun.
life,
I
so much
know.
fun.
Yes,
I
yes,
think
yes.
someone really need to, bust this myth, because it's a very tough job, first of all, being a travel content creator. And it's not perfect. Like what is shown on Instagram is, I think, the 10% of the good things which is happening with you. A lot of things happens during the way, like for example, I was going to Oli, and we were traveling via train, and during that time I caught some sort of infection. Maybe it was due to using public toilets or whatsoever, and that stayed, and the whole trip, obviously, like it had to, like I was on bed the entire trip. And though I did step out for 2 3 days, and that's what I showed on Instagram, so people will never know that, okay, this is
That you
what
were
the
sick or
backstory.
anything like that. Yeah, yeah, of
Yeah.
course. The whole
So
thing that happened. Yeah. So that's why we call it real versus real.
yes, yes,
The real and real is always different.
yes, yeah.
So, okay. A little bit of a rapid fire.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So
Yes,
mountains or beaches, I already know this.
mountains.
Yeah. Solo travel or group trips?
Group trips,
Oh, nice.
like
So
not
have you
last
ever
minute.
traveled? Have you ever traveled solo?
No, I mean, not really. I won't call it a solo, because again, it was in a group with unknown people, but yeah, not completely solo.
Okay, okay. Do you want to do a solo trip ever
For
or
the
not really?
longest time, I wanted to do solo travel, because I mean, again, inspired by a lot of travel influencers. But I realized that, I mean, if I'm comfortable traveling with a companion, and I do have a companion, then I mean, it's fine. It's absolutely fine not to travel solo. I still
Right,
fear
right.
that while traveling solo, I might feel lonely, and that's one thing which holds me back. So yeah, let's see. Maybe in the future, if I want to, I will, for sure.
Good, good, good. Sunrise hikes or sunset dinners?
Sunset. I am not a morning person. Hate waking up in the morning.
Okay, okay. A must pack travel item that you never leave home without.
Sanitizer.
Very good. That's a good one. Yeah. What's one destination still on your bucket list?
Iceland.
How do you plan to take traveling Musa to the next level?
So, I want to make traveling news more like a, tilted towards the business side. Of course, I love creating content. I want to continue creating content, but I also know that at the long run, it's not possible. Like creating content for the next 10 years, maybe. So my ultimate goal is to turn it into a business and have my own products, and use traveling news as my distribution channel.
Nice. Now, if you could have your own travel show, what would it look like?
I think talking about the real stories which happens during traveling, I think that's something which is not on Instagram, YouTube, and that is a space which can be filled.
Of course. Now, how has your upbringing influenced your view on life today?
Okay, so um, I think my upbringing was not very humble is what I'll say, but yeah, my parents did teach me to take care of money and not take it for granted. So even now, if I'm planning a trip or do like spending anywhere, like I'm really like money is on the top of my mind, that you should not be giving out like $10 for a $2 stuff. So I think that is one thing which has stayed. And
So you
again,
value money a lot, which
value
is,
of money.
yeah,
Yeah, valuing
very good.
money.
Very true.
And second thing is not taking anything for granted. So while in childhood, if there was anything which goes wrong with me or within my family, my parents used to always be like, look at the brighter side, look at the greener side. So that is one thing which has stayed with me. And even now, when any sort of, if supposingly our flights get cancelled or something like that happens, any situation arises, I always, like, not consciously but subconsciously, suddenly I start thinking, okay, it's okay, maybe this would happen, okay, maybe this can happen. Like, I try to fill myself with positive thoughts during that time to keep myself calm, and I think that's played a major role. Yeah.
I think that is, no, no, that's very true. That's very true. I do the same thing as well. That I always
Yes.
think if something didn't happen to me, maybe it was not meant to happen, and it
Yeah.
was probably for my own good. And
Yes.
also, I mean, and every cloud is a silver lining. So
Exactly. Like
that is
constantly
always,
telling
yeah,
yourself that whatever happens is for the good. I think that
absolutely.
plays a major role.
And I personally also really believe in that as well.
Yes.
Absolutely believe in that. Now, what values instilled in you as a child do you think has helped you most in your journey?
Most in my
In your journey,
journey.
yes.
Uh so being honest, I think that's something and that is priceless for me. I prefer honesty over anything else, and I,
Wonderful.
even in my content, like, I try to be as honest as I can, rather than just, like, I don't like showcasing something which is not the way it is. So yes, being honest wherever you are, whatever you are doing.
Good, because I think in the end, authenticity is something that shines,
True.
always. You will see that, even people when they have fake images, once that
Hmm.
versus if someone is authentic and vulnerable, then you will
Hmm.
ultimately have a connection with the other person.
Hmm.
Ultimately you will do that. So I think authenticity always shines through.
Absolutely, yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now, if you could take your younger self somewhere, where would that be and why?
So as a child, I
Yeah.
used to, like, I wanted to go for treks or hikes, and my parents, and whenever I used to suggest this to my parents, a big no used to come my way. So
Hmm.
I think I'll take my younger self to the mountains and take her for like a small trek or a hike.
Okay, okay, okay. Now you've been on treks and hikes, right?
Yes, I have.
Okay,
But
as
yeah, I
well.
want to do more of it in the coming
Okay,
future.
okay, okay. Now, favorite childhood memory?
Favorite childhood memory. It is basically celebrating birthdays. Having like a 2-3 hours of family time wherein all of us are putting efforts to make one person feel special. I think that's super sweet,
It
and
is.
that's something everyone deserves. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. First travel adventure as a kid.
First travel adventure as a kid. Okay, so my the one I remember, that's not the first one, but I remember it. So we went to Shimla. I was, I think, 5 or 6 years old, and we were basically going from Shimla to Manali. I don't exactly remember the location, but we were in a bus, and we were going in a mountain, and the tires of the bus was such that half of it was on the road and half of it was like outside the road. Basically, if you see it from the window, all you'll see is the sky. So
Oh
I
God.
think that was pretty scary, but it was super adventurous. And that time, like, it was not as convenient as it is right now to travel, right? So most of the trips like used to be very adventurous.
Oh, good, good, good. Now, a dream job you had as a child.
Astronaut. I think that is every kid's dream job, but yeah, pretty real.
Now, when you're traveling, what is that one thing that you miss about home?
I don't miss home. I want to like keep on traveling, but if there's one thing I miss is having a good bath. I think that 2-3 hour long shower in the home with all my products. I think that's
Oh,
something I
that
miss
is something.
while
I
traveling.
think
Very
that was a
girl thing,
very,
but
very
yeah.
honest answer. So you get absolutely full for honesty. That's
Thanks.
wonderful. People on an emotional trip, they will say, I miss this, I miss that. But I
Oh,
just absolutely love it that you were so honest about it. Absolutely.
yeah.
The craziest thing that you've eaten on a trip.
Sorry.
Something crazy that you've eaten on a trip.
So I once ate a rabbit. I think that is the craziest thing I ate. When I was in Thailand, there were crocodiles and cockroaches as well, but
Wow.
I couldn't go ahead.
You didn't want to. You didn't want to be that adventurous now.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Now, a travel mistake that you don't want to repeat.
Um, Traveling without a good helmet while riding.
Okay. Okay. One place you travel to every year if you could. I think I already know this.
One place I could travel every year. Yeah, of course, it is Goa, and there's one more place, Kashmir. I've been to
Oh, okay.
Kashmir like twice, but I want to go again, and yeah.
Most overrated tourist spot.
So, um, in my experience, it has been Varkala. Now I know a lot of people they love Varkala, but while I was in Varkala, it was like super crowded. It was very expensive, and even like the crowd was not good. So yeah, I had a bad experience in Varkala.
Okay. 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 Now, what is that one favorite movie that inspires wanderlust?
जिंदगी ना मिलेगी दोबारा.
That is true. That is true. Very true. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I'll go with that. Now, has there been something that's embarrassing as a travel moment?
Embarrassing. Um, Not able to recall right now.
Now, in your travel journeys, have you made like some really good friends, some lifelong friends, some
Yes,
very
yes,
good
yes.
friends?
A
Yeah.
lot of them, in fact. Yeah.
Where was it?
So, talking about the recent most one was in Georgia, where I met a few people from Maharashtra, and
Mm.
yeah, we spoke throughout the journey, and it was really nice. So, I've made friends. Like wherever we go, we interact, we talk, and eventually they do become friends.
Oh, nice, nice. Coffee or chai?
Both.
Oh, okay. All right. Now, a song that's always on your travel playlist.
Linkin Park. In the end, it doesn't even matter.
Okay, yeah, that's a nice one. Yes, 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 yes. Do you want to sing a line for us?
No, no, no. I
No.
am not that good of a singer, bathroom singer.
No, thank you. A bucket list experience you're dying to tick off?
Iceland.
Ah, you said that. Yes, yes. If you could live in a country for a year, where would that be?
I haven't been to Bali, but I really want to stay there for like a longer duration, like 2, 3 months, 6 months, even 1 year, because that is one country which I really want to explore, and I feel that it's a place where you can stay for a longer duration.
Ah, now your dream travel partner, dead or alive?
Ankit Bhatia. I mean, he would take care of the content part of
All
everything.
of it, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, tell us about your fan following. Best compliments that you've received so far from a fan.
Okay, so there are people who come up to me and they tell me that you are such an inspiration. I really find that a bit, I don't know, like, I just feel that that's a huge compliment for me. And sometimes I also feel like, do I even deserve this? But yeah, this is something huge that someone sees you as an inspiration.
Of course, of course, of course. Like, have you interacted with your followers like offline?
Yes, yes. Like I keep my DMs open and I try to respond to all the DMs no matter what. And I think that's one thing we should continue. I mean, in the end, it's community and this is the community you have created. So you need to
Of
be
course,
interactive with them.
of course, of course. Now, what is that one advice you'd give to someone who's an aspiring influencer?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
For example, like someone who is an aspiring travel influencer. What is that one advice that you'd give him or
Okay.
her?
Um, to just don't wait for the right time, just start off, because a lot of budding influencers, like who have not really started influencing but they want to, there are reasons which are holding them back, things like what will people talk about you, or I don't have the perfect gears to shoot. I think those things don't really matter. If you want to go that path, then just start it off. Don't wait for the right time, because
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
no right time.
No right time. And zindagi na milegi dobara.
Yeah.
Just
Correct.
do it. I think just do it. Yes, yes, yes. So one word to describe your journey so far.
uh, Transformative. I think my journey has been pretty transformative for me as a person, and yeah, that's how it is.
Cool. Now, if you had to make a movie out of your life, what would the name of the movie be?
Movie. Hmm. Um, I am not really sure. It Because it has to be something which resonates with me and my audience as well. This is something which I'll have to like sit and think about.
That's fair enough. Fair enough. And what about a hashtag that comes to mind for you?
For myself,
Yeah.
uh, hashtag muser. I think that is one word I really feel connected to.
Resonate with as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
So
that is
nice.
something in my user ID and everywhere. And
You like
hashtag belief. I think these two words are like, I feel like I own these words.
wonderful. Absolutely, absolutely. So excellent, Sadaf. Now, is there anything you'd like to add today?
No, so whoever is watching, if you are a budding influencer, I think the only advice I have is that don't go by the norms. And though all the coaches are like, go by the trend, do this, do that, don't listen to the coaches, just listen to yourself and create content which you resonate with the most, which you feel like, this is true to yourself. I think that sort of content is really missing right now in this content landscape. Everyone is trying to be someone else, but you try to be yourself. I think that's the only advice I have. Yeah.
Wonderful. Basically, leave your mark. Leave your mark.
Yes,
That
leave
is
your
the main.
mark, be
Yeah,
yourself, don't
yeah,
run
yeah,
behind the
yeah,
numbers.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think everything just follows. Once
Yes.
something just clicks, then everything follows. Wonderful advice. Wonderful advice.
Okay, okay, it was great speaking with you,
It was
Devika.
wonderful. It was wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Bye.
all the best for your launch. It's next
Thank
month,
you.
right?
Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay.